sekreto que por vários tempos acaba hotel na confrontar problema ng koaksyon de Watersports ng palapa ng turista ng cruzeiro riba nos isla. Unyo hotel ng Akita Radisson Hotel ko apresentar dilante mesa verde para sinabusca solusyon para ku problematika aqui.
Radisson hiba dos diferentes Watersport corte para vários problemas que nang inang huésped nanta queda confrontar com ele diariamente.
The reason why we were approached is because the Radisson and thereby their guests have a nuisance, or it is a nuisance being caused by both Tito's Watersports and by the New Kid Float. We were approached by the Radisson in November. We went to court in November, and unfortunately, the judge did not agree with what we asked for. What we asked for was for the both watersport companies to comply with their permit. That means that New Kid Waterfloat, they have a permit to rent out 15 palapas and 25 deck chairs. They can let guests use them, but they're not allowed to rent them out or ask for any money for them. Even though that's in their permit, they still do that. So we asked the judge to please have them abide by their permit. The same with the Titos, that they are not allowed to put any deck chairs or umbrellas on the beach because their permit does not allow for that.
Jueza nenga petisyon aqui e explica também kiko ta razão nang.
We found that because the beaches are public in Aruba, you can't really do anything about it. That means that all the palapas in Aruba can be used by whoever. Secondly, there is no clear guidelines given by the government. And because there are no clear guidelines, it is very difficult for the courts to then decide to enforce something. Because you can't enforce something that's been tolerated by the government. And that was the reason why the judge did not agree with our petition and why our petition was declined.
Outro problema grande que o hotel está confrontar e bombase diário é a questão de turistas ng cruzeiro que está perjudicando o hotel.
The nuisance that's being caused is primarily by the cruise tourism. They come to Aruba for an afternoon or for the day. They are dropped off by taxi drivers, by tour companies on the beach by the Radisson. They make use of the Radisson facilities such as their bathrooms, their swimming pool, the showers, without paying for it, and they're causing a great hindrance, a great nuisance for the guests at the Radisson. To make a comparison, a cruise tourist might be dropped at the beach by the Radisson, might spend on the deck chairs and the umbrella maybe a total no more $100. That's it. While you have guests staying at the Radisson, they pay an average of $400 per night. They buy all their food, all their drinks on the island, and what they spend on the island is much more than that $100 for the mere afternoon. And it has become such a nuisance for these guests at the Radisson, who are repeat guests, who have been coming here for 15 years plus, that they've said, if this situation is not resolved, we will no longer come back to Aruba.
O hotel ta mira que o gobyerno messer vai evaluar kiko ta a prioridade ng dinos turismo.
Our first course of business is to maybe start a court case against the government, because if they have a policy where it's a free-for-all, and that's what it is at the moment, it's a free-for-all where any water sport operator can do whatever they want on the beach, then we need to hold the government liable for the damages that the Radisson is going to occur.
Para Noticia e Nochi, a mitad es el Simon.
Te espera que pronto por llegar a una solución para el bienestar y turismo de Aruba y no perjudicando el pilar económico.